Sultan replied, said he was coming. I don't know if he's still coming though. So,
Okay, I'll shoot a message over to him.
yeah. And actually, it was only you and Sultan that replied to this. So it's okay.
But I think we can go ahead and get started since we have Vonnie on the line.
All right. Some things are happening. All right. So I won't be actually. When you screen share the iPad, it doesn't allow your card readers to work, but it'll allow it to work just enough for us to see what's going on here. I'm just gonna go put that in there. Hold on a second. I just lost my reader. Where? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I've already attached my reader. We've called the function to set it to set this reader to work with this device. Well, you know what? We're gonna start fresh. All right, I'm gonna start with a new. I'm gonna delete this. I want you guys to see everything from the start. So we'll delete that. We'll install. And then I'll go ahead and I'm actually going to install the one from Test Flight right now. I want to show you guys what's going on there. Oh, sorry. Let me just go.
A few questions, Chris, while it is going on. Is it the issue is observed only in iOS 12?
What was that? Yeah, I'm upgraded to iOS 12. Is that what your question was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see this issue in other OS, or it's only that it's in iOS 12?
It's just iOS 12. I didn't see any of these. Well, some of the issues that I'm going to show you have been an issue the whole time, but there's one specific issue that has just been since I upgraded iOS 12. I'll show you that one. I just need to put some information in here. Okay. All right. So this is the first time. I just installed OpenEdge for the first time and Active Cloud. So this would be a new customer comes in, just open up the app. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot to do this. You don't have to do this if I'm downloading from a different site. It's not from the App Store, so I gotta do this. Okay. Got my card reader on. Oh, changed my PIN recently. Okay, so we're gonna go, and as soon as they jump on, they do this. They come, they create an order, and they're gonna go check out. They're gonna hit the credit card button. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. All right, I'm gonna hit process payment. And the first time I open this app, it calls that, I forget what the name of that function is. Hold on one second.
Device setup.
Yeah, the device setup. My team told me what it was, and I just forgot it. Just looking through. PPDEDIT setup. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to go in here. It's not really, this screen is not really intuitive. I mean, it does, well, I guess it does this is the new one, so this one's a little bit better than the old one. So I hit the Walker BT, select device, and then and then just hit the done. I like the done at the bottom. This is the message that we get back from you guys. And then I'm going to process the payment again. So at this point, I can enter in the card number. Device is ready. It's actually going to fail, but this takes forever. I don't know if we could speed this up at all, but well, it's going to take a little bit longer this time because it's going to fail. But my developer, he did a workaround today. So he actually, if this fails here for any reason, he goes and recalls. This is the problem that I want to show you right here. The network connection was lost. This started with iOS 12. It's not from our system. I don't know if it's from your system. So,
yeah.
But it doesn't matter if I hit retry or cancel. It doesn't do anything. Actually, this transaction went through, which is kind of weird. All right. So that went through.
I believe that was the case with the video you sent us as well, right? I think if I saw correctly.
Right.
You were getting this error, but the transaction would go through.
Yeah. Sometimes the transaction will fail, and then it'll take me back to the payment screen so I can hit that process it again, but it still pops up that network error. I don't know what it's doing. All right. So now I'm going to simulate OpenEdge losing the setup to the reader. Okay, and I'm going to do that by deleting this. What we were doing prior to this is we were setting a variable in our system when we first called that setup, saying that, hey, the device is set up, so we would never do it again until we uninstalled the app. Well, that really doesn't work. So my question to you guys, is there a way to know a function that we can call in OE mobile that tells us if the device is not set up?
Actually, we have retrieve config method, which will retrieve the configured device.
Right.
So in that, if it is configured, you will be able to get Walker BT.
All right. So let's go. I'm going to simulate it. So basically, I simulated we lost the setup. So I'm going to hit it again. And because that flag was set in our system, it's going to assume that it's already been set up. So it's going to come to this screen, which does not allow me to set it up because it's trying to process it, assuming that it's already set up. So it doesn't ask me to read. It doesn't ask me to read or insert the card or anything. It doesn't do anything. Now, if I cancel out of this, we did a workaround that says, hey, transaction was canceled, and then it'll give us the option to set it up at this time. But I don't like that, and I don't want to keep it that way. So I need to figure out a way that we can figure out if it's set up or not from this screen. Am I kind of being clear, or is it?
Yeah, basically you want to know like whether the device is set up before processing the payment, right?
Right.
So
exactly.
We have that retrieve config API, so which can tell you basically like which configured device it is.
Okay.
So it will tell like device configured is Walker BT or it is none. So by default it will be none when with a fresh install.
Okay. All right. All right. So we would have to do that. I mean, it would be nice if I hit the process payment, and if it wasn't set up, then it would automatically try to set it up. But what you're saying
But
is,
some of our partners also do manual or the keyed entry.
right?
So that's why we have to have it as a part of the API called ask to go out.
Okay, all right. I like the fact that you have the manual entry, because actually, even when you have this set, even when this is set, and I do this, and then I can do the process payment, I can actually go like this, and I can go cancel, and then enter it manually. So I get the of both worlds, you know. So I like that.
Yeah.
But
So at the starting, basically your concern is once we reinstall, so we don't have the previous device which was present, right? So how do we kind of initiate to connect to that device?
well, yeah,
So
because yeah, I just want to know, because basically you've told me that you have manual and you have this one, so you're not going to make that check at the beginning for me. So our app needs to understand if the device is set up or not. And you're saying that there is an API, a config API that we can use?
yeah, retrieve config. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'll send that over to you in an email so that it's clearly written out there.
Right. Okay, that sounds good. Now, I don't know what we're gonna do with the with that error that's coming up, the network error. Is that something you guys haven't been able to replicate on your end?
Actually, we tried with iOS 12. We couldn't reproduce with our sample app. But is it possible for you to send the logs? So basically, you can log into our app, and there is a way to send the feedback to us.
Yeah, I did that when I sent the video, and the logs really don't say anything. It doesn't say anything about that message. It doesn't say that it was sent. Yeah. I did send that logs with the video. So, I mean, I can resend the logs again. That's not a problem. But I'm saying I looked through those afterwards. I looked through them, and I could not find anywhere that it was sending that message from your system either. So I'm a little bit confused on where it's coming from. You know, it's probably an iOS thing, but I don't know how it's being triggered.
Yeah.
Our developers are now upgrading our application to be compiled on iOS 12. So once he can get it to compile on iOS 12, he'll be able to debug it a little bit better. But we're having a little bit of trouble with that because they've removed some of the libraries that we're using in iOS 12. So, have you guys been able to upgrade your version to iOS 12 yet? The OE mobile?
Yeah, actually, we started with iOS 12, and in our tester app, we are able to get back the response correctly. So we don't see that pop up. So it is like you are getting the XML response back correctly. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're getting the decline and everything else. I have no idea where it is. So we'll have to wait till my developers can upgrade to the app to iOS 12 so he can debug it. Because he can't debug it with iOS 12 until he can compile the application in that. So he's upgraded his system, and he's getting it to compile. It should be done by early next week. So we'll have more information there. So basically, if we can just, Mitch, if you can send me the API calls for the config, so we can get that, I think would be good to go. The only other thing that our customers have been complaining about when they went to iOS 12 is that they're getting double payments, double charges on the accounts, and we're only getting one. We're only recording one, so it's like OE Mobile is charging it twice, and I thought it was because of that pop-up with the retry, but really that retry is doing nothing, and I could not replicate a double payment by hitting that retry, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, for that then, Chris, what I'll have you do, if you could reply to, when I send you over the API calls, if you could reply with the merchants that have called in with double charging issues, I can look into that further. But sorry, this is the first time I'm hearing of that separate issue.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll want to look into that first, and then if we need our development team to dive into that, we'll get that portion over to them.
Well, yeah, Michael, they asked Michael from Divine, your support, he sent over his logs, and he's the one that was complaining about the double charges from Divine.
Okay.
I can re-forward that, his emails to you too as well.
Okay, that'd be great, yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right.
All right.
I think that's it.
Perfect. Okay, great, Chris. Then I'll get those sent over to you, and then if you could just let us know when your team has completed recompiling your app
Right.
and testing after that, then we can go from that point.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, you guys enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.